Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So today, I'm going to open up the vault and go way back to season number 1. Enjoy some of the old episodes from the vault. In this episode, we're going to tackle the challenge of leadership relationships. Now, if you're new to this show, this is the 5-minute show delivered to you 6 days a week that discusses common leadership challenges and offers encouraging tips to help you and your team run to your challenges. If you've not yet subscribed, please be sure to subscribe and/or enable the Alexa flash briefing so you'll never miss another episode. This is Paul from Current Leadership Coaching, and let's dive right into today's challenge of leadership relationships. Now, I've mentioned a few times already this week about how I had the privilege of hanging out with over 80 guys from a mastermind group that I'm in called Iron Sharpens Iron, or ISI. I actually just joined back in January, and this was my first time meeting many of these guys face to face. Let me tell you what, this group of guys is absolutely amazing, and the relationships I formed over the weekend were incredible. One thing that really stood out to me was not only the importance of relationships, but the importance of building deep relationships, not only with your friends and family, but with other people around you, including your team at work, your clients, and your customers. If you think about it, this should be a no-brainer. Do you remember that old saying that we deal with or hang out with or buy things from people that we know, like, and trust? Well, how do you get to know, like, and trust other people without building a deep relationship? Now, sure, we could probably get to know, like, and trust some people without getting too deep. But the deeper the relationship, the deeper you can get to know, like, and trust the individual or the organization. This same principle applies with your team at work. You will work much better with people that you know, like, and trust. And how do you get to that point? Well, it's all about the relationship. Not just surface relationships, but I'm talking about building deep relationships. Simply put, the better we know the people around us, the more comfortable we will be working with them. The better we know our clients, the better we can serve them what they need and what they want. And the more likely they'll deal with us and refer us to others, which is probably the best way to build a business of loyal clients and customers. However, many organizations and people simply don't put enough emphasis on building relationships. Just think about the last time you went into a store and purchased something. What was the name of the person who helped you? Did they even talk to you at all? You know, I eat breakfast a couple times a week in local restaurants and diners, and I always make it a point to get to know the waitresses or waiters' names. Then I always greet them when I arrive by their first name. It's amazing how much of a more pleasant morning experience it is and the conversations you can have by simply addressing people by their first names and remembering their names. Now, I'll be honest, I usually have to write the names down either on a notebook or I make a note in my phone. But the point is, I take a little bit of extra effort to remember their names, and it creates such a greater environment and a conversation. So let me ask you, what relationships do you need to start building today? Whose name do you need to get to know? Who do you need to be a bit more intentional with in order to start building a deeper relationship? If the list is long, you know what? Don't worry. Start with one person at a time and start opening up to that one person. Start by getting to know their name, then greeting them by their name every day you see them. Start getting to know, like, and trust the people you see every day. And let me know what kind of impact it has in your life and in your leadership role. Hey, as always, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please be sure to subscribe and/or enable your Alexa flash briefing so you never miss another episode. I'd love it if you shared this briefing with your friends, coworkers, and every leader you know. And feel free to contact me directly at Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. I'd love to hear what your greatest leadership challenges are, and maybe I can feature you and your challenge on a future episode. Thank you. Until tomorrow, run to your challenges.